Hello guys, welcome back to Dunking Monkey. I made a poll recently in my Discord server to vote whether should I do a prediction tier list on Kawhi Patch in Global. I said that if there is 10 votes I will make it, and it ended up having 15 votes. For people who doesn't know me, I started playing this game 1 year ago since Taiwan release. I will try to predict where the new players rank based on the experience in Taiwan. I will not put a lot of S tiers cause it feels dumb. In fact, I only have one S tier, so please do not crash out when your favorite player is not on S tier. And I am going to be strict, so there might be some superstars on B tier. Do not crash out cause there are literally superstars in unusable rank in Taiwan. Now after all the mental preparation, let's start the video. Let's start off by placing the D tier characters. I don't think I have to explain much for this. No one in this tier has any offense or defense. After the D tiers, let's rank the new characters first. Zach LaVine is a B tier. Global players in Taiwan servers might find him good, but it's based off 3 reasons only. First, you are unfamiliar with him. Second, in low-ranked teammates doesn't play good, and they probably always miss the block on his dunk. Third, you guys have high pings which might cause some troubles guarding him. When Zach LaVine is released to Global, I would predict that many also struggle to guard him. But this is a common phenomenon to new characters. Zach LaVine heavily relies on dunks in scoring. His stepbacks are way too easy to contest. After a few days when people figured out the block timing, he is basically mid in Global. Next, Hakeem Olajuwon. Hakeem Olajuwon will be the best offensive center in Global. He can do pump fakes on every move. You can even play ISO Hakeem. Many would rank him S tier and I don't think it's a problem at all. But in my opinion he and Gasol is at the same tier. And I don't want to have 2 centers in S tier. With great offense, his defense is also decent too. He has a double speed boost like Gasol and a 360 block under the basket. His rebounding will be the best in Global too. His rebound stat can possibly stack up to nearly 180. But considering how Global is obsessed with spacing lineups, Hakeem can only be played in traditional ISO lineups. He is mid-range, but it's not consistent enough to have a defender staying around him all the time. People would rather leave him wide open and wait for a miss. The next is Kawhi Leonard. He is our only S tier. Despite his slow movement speed, Kawhi has been the best defender since his release in Taiwan last year. His speed is slow, in return he has the best passive in the entire game. When you are 4 meters away from any opponent with the ball, you fill up your passive bar. It takes around 6 to 8 seconds to completely fill up. After the passive bar is full, his steal succeed rate is 100%. As long as the opponent is not driving, he can snatch the ball directly. 4 meters means you don't necessarily have to step in the contest zone. Stay near him and you can stack your passives too. Besides, his one-on-one defense, his help defense is also top-notch. His defensive ultimate allows him to dash back and forth. His passive also forces opponents to pass. He is the best solution to ball hogs. Offensively, he has 3 points that spaces the floor. His offensive talent is a 3-pointer. It can only be stopped by blocking it. Not to mention Kawhi is playable at E1 and does not require a lot of talents. He will remain at S tier for a long time, but he also has his weakness. Due to his low speed, he cannot effectively guard off-ball scorers, or scorers that suddenly does big sidesteps like KD. He is good at countering heavy dribblers, like Scored Wade. Now let's go back to the old characters. Andrew Wiggins, after the buff, is still a decent B tier. He can pass the ball during dunks, and has a 240 block now. But as a defender there are better options. He is in B tier only. Next is Bam Adebayo. His ball-slapping talent gave headaches to players. However, let's be real, that talent is not consistent. Slapped balls can be easily picked up by other players. He can hardly compete with current superstar centers. Devin Booker. His only threat on offense is his catch and drive and catch and fade. He lacks offense as a scorer. While not having good defensive abilities, he will be dropping to C or even D tier after 1 or 2 patches. Clint Capella. He is the best elite rim protector. Other than rim protection, he is trash. He is slow and cannot shoot. You can even put him at C tier. Next, Chris Paul. Basically a weaker Jayson kid. Despite being as a defender, he has speed as his advantage. He creates no threat as a defender. and cannot space the floor. You can even put him at D tier. Next is Steph Curry, the best off-ball scorer in the game. However, with the addition of Wade, more and more scorers started to counter Curry. Newer scorers have their own defensive mechanics. Wade's 360 and dash and skis speed boosts are all some effective ways to counter Curry. But Curry is still the best off-ball scorer in the game and still remains strong. It's just that it's going to be harder for Curry to score than before. Next is DeMar DeRozan. The game buffed his driving speed and he is a decent elite scorer. But compared to Dwade's score or even KD and Dirk, he is not in the same tier. Next is Fuzi. He is basically mini Kawhi, but his stealing is not as threatening, and he cannot space out the floor, but he still deserves to be in B tier, just cause he is one of the best elite defenders for starters. Giannis Antetokounmpo, actually a lower. He is only good in super mode, and with the addition of Olajuwon, who has a snatch block ultimate, Giannis might also have to gamble on when will Olajuwon uses his ultimate, which might waste his ultimate duration. Giannis defensively will still remain good, but you now have better defensive centers. No point to use Giannis only for that 45 seconds ultimate. Next is Jamal Murray. He is underappreciated in global. Glass and Bear Bro recently played him, and they dominated. His double dash after screens is hard to catch up, and you can go for quick layups when defenders lost positions cause of the dash. However, Jamal Murray needs good teammates to be good. His lacks defense and his ultimate is easy to block. Still a solid B tier though. Next, Nikola Jokic. He is one of the worst superstars. While he still has excellent spacing, his defense is the worst among centers. Slow movement speed makes him hard to help defense and protect the rim. As spacing centers, Brook Lopez is better than him despite being an elite. Jokic is only usable in trio games. I realized I skipped LeBron James. Without a doubt, LeBron is the one of them. Best one-on-one defenders with his natural 360. However, his help defense is not as great. It's only a decent, better than average level. And his offense hurts too much. I don't want to hear crap like, oh, you can score a lot with him if you're smart. It's pretty irritating. You're either low rank or your opponents are trash. Other defenders at a tier Mo only has great defensive abilities. They could space the floor effectively and some even can score one-on-one. Now moving to Jordan Clarkson. Clarkson takes skills to be good. With speed boosts, even low-rank players can contest him. Clarkson have to learn to force speed boosts and find space from double teams. Even without double teams, Clarkson is inconsistent himself. He commonly misses open shots. Next character is Julio. He is basically mini-Ed, but his ultimate is expensive for a dash. He is one of the few elites in global that can be played at both center and defender spot. And he does have mid-range, but it's not consistent enough to make opponents stick onto you. Kevin Durant. With better scorers coming to global, his tier continues to drop. Right now he is lower. In future patches, he will be in C tier. Inefficient scoring accuracy, easy contest shots, and no defensive abilities. Next is Klay Thompson. He is not much of an off-ball threat as an off-ball scorer, and his on-ball scoring is basically trash. Defensively, he only has a dash. Kyle Anderson. He is only used to defend Dirk Nowitzki due to his high strength. Other than that, he is no use. Slow and has no dash to cover that up. And JJJ is a better alternative for defending Dirk, both as elites. Next is Luka Doncic. He is the best elite scorer, but he is only good with screens. So Doncic is trash and it is better to have a reliable teammate. Next is Gasol. Many of you must be wondering how Hakeem's release will affect Gasol's usage. From my experience in Taiwan, it'll be a Gasol versus Hakeem Olajuwon situation for the center spot. Both are well-rounded centers and stands close in tier list. The only difference is one's used in spacing lineups, the other is used in traditional ESO lineups. While Hakeem is being released to global, Gasol still remains as the irreplaceable spacing center. The next is Paul George. Paul George is average in every stat, which makes him hard to play good. Some of you might see Curious Baby locking top tier score with Paul George in my other video. He is an exceptional. With average stats on every stats, he is not a priority in high ranks. I missed Seth Curry at the start of the video. Next is Ska. I see in many previous tier lists, people put him at S. And in fact they are correct. Sko will be the best scorer until Prime Braun releases. But why am I putting him at a tier? That's because Kobe launched. He counters Skater well. Sko will be less dominant than previous patches. But I have to emphasize again, he is still the best scorer. Mr. Triple-Double himself. He shared the same situation with Chris Paul. Next is Joe John. As a scorer he cannot score. You can even put him at D tier. Zion Williamson. He is in a very awkward situation. As a scorer, he can only dunk. As a defender, he has no speed or talents to cover it up. As a center, he easily gets out-rebounded. He is only good in dunking lineups paired with Chris Paul or Jason Kidd. Olajuwon has low strength stats and it might work, but this lineup still lacks offensive power. Next is Jason Kidd. Previous patches global still focuses on spacing. Jason Kidd might not be a good defender as under one-on-one defense, his double team buff won't trigger. With the addition of Olajuwon, usage of tradition, ISO lineups increases. With closer spacing, his double team buff came to use. Not to mention he is a good option for resetting the ball for scorers due to his passing range. But the downside is that he is not an effective counter in one-on-one defense against main scorers like Sko or Wade. He still struggles when it comes to facing spacing lineups. Next is Dwayne. Overpowered in spacing lineups, but the release of AD made him to be cautious when attacking the rim. Now that Kobe is released, he will be more restricted. But again, he is still the second best scorer. You cannot stop a good Dwayne player. Brandon Ingram. Slow drives and inconsistent from three. And his three-point ultimate costs too much. And it's not a guaranteed bucket too. He is basically a worse KD. I don't know why I have another KD here. For Dirk Nowitzki he shares the same case with KD, but except he is more efficient and is still usable in high ranks. Next is Jaren Jackson Jr., the best counter for Dwayne one-on-one. Despite moving pretty slow as a defender, his blocking range covers that up. Dwayne's moves are fixed and if you know his moves you can defend them easily. He can also spaces the floor well. Not to mention he is only an elite and is cheap to max him out. Jayson Tatum. Similar to Julio, Tatum can also play as a defender and a center. In most cases Tatum is being used as a defender more often. His unique double mode mechanics help him easily defend a lot of main scorers. However, Tatum requires a bit of skill. The moment he switch modes receives speed buffs, players must be precise at timing it. They have to be very clear when to use which modes. I'm not gonna explain it cause the video will be too long. Anthony Davis. He is undoubtedly the best defensive center in global. He counters spacing lineups with his dash. With spacing lineups being the most used lineup in global, AD has been popular among players. However, with Olajuwon being added, traditional ISO lineups will be used more often. The usage of AD might drop, but overall his value is irreplaceable. Brook Lopez. Insane spacing mechanics, he is easily the best shooting big. But again his movement speed is relatively low and might cause trouble in defense. Still a better spacing center than Jokic. In comparison Lopez has way better defense. But it's okay to out him at B. I don't oppose. Kristaps Porzingis. To be honest there is no point getting him after Brook Lopez is released. Porzingis cannot shoot consistent 3 south, and his defense might be better, but not by a lot. He only draws attention in late games, when his ultimate is ready. Finally, on to the last one, Joel Embiid. The second best offensive center behind Hakeem. He can also space the floor, but he cannot defend like Hakeem. Embiid also has to wait half of the game for full passive, but he is still a pretty good option for solos. As a spacing center, he can do ISO scoring, and helps drawing the opposing center's attention. This is the tier list in order. Players in their own color groups are interchangeable. Before the video ends, I want to promote my Discord group. You can have chats, find trio teammates, ask questions, suggest content. We also have a channel for cutting the price of Cavs LeBron. You can also know the newest updates on Taiwan servers. Please join.